Thank you for joining Plain Path Church for online service today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified of our weekly uploads.
You know my other side. I can no longer hide. Let you down so many times. Sin freshly crucifies. Thought that I had a plan. I had it all figured out. But the more that you tried to be by my side, the more I push you out. All over the building, let me hear you say, Lord, make me over. Lord, make me over. Make me over, Lord. Make me over. Make me over, Lord. Make me over. Make me over again, Lord. Make me over again. Is that anybody's prayer out there tonight? Somebody out there sing it, come on. Make me over again. Make me over again. Time after time I failed you. Pierced your side when
Excuse me, pardon me. What I meant to say was... Welcome to Testimony Time. We understand that some of you are working on writing down your accounts of what God has done for you, but we won't be able to share them if you don't submit them. You may have a Jesus joy smile on your face, but the congregation won't know about the work of God in your life until you share it. So please, say so, redeemed ones. Do you have a burning testimony that you want to give? Then please, tell us what God has done for you by using the email listed on the screen. Do you have a tithe, offering, and/or donation that you would like to give Plain Path? Then please use the information on the screen to do so as well. For further questions, please contact us via email or reach out to our church officials.
Have you ever seen the classic depiction of a wolf in sheep's clothing? In it, the wolf's fur is of a dark tone, and having previously killed a sheep, the wolf is basically wearing the skin of that livestock, which he put to death, as if it were a costume, or as if that sacrificed sheep itself had been carved away from its body and is being worn loosely, somewhat like a top coat or a robe by that wolf, or as if the entrails of that sheep had been hollowed away from its body, and all that's left is the sheep's skin in its original off-white color and with its original woolly nap intact. Haven't you ever seen it? Here, look. This is what I mean. Have you ever seen this image or one like it? In warning the disciples against false teachers, the Lord Jesus instructs them to beware of these false prophets, who, while concealed beneath a disguise, approach the believers in a manner which is meant to convey that they are likewise sheep, when actually they are ravening wolves. For doesn't Satan possess the power to transform his appearance, causing us to misperceive him as an angel of light? Certain signs are to be evident in the lives of the believers. They speak in heavenly languages. They have the authority to cast out devils. They have been freely gifted by God and should freely give to others. And likewise, so should particular signs be evident in the persons or lives of true leaders. They should be grown up in God. They should practice temperance. They should exhibit the fruit of righteousness. A true leader is expected to have a heart of compassion, at the very least, toward the people whom God sent him to be a steward over. When one of the characters in one of William Shakespeare's plays spoke about his leader, Julius Caesar himself, he says, "When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept." In times of trouble, that sort of sympathetic response is what many are looking for from their leader, and is the diametric opposite response to that of the leader who, upon hearing that the people were suffering in poverty, which their lack of bread was evidence of, stated, "If they don't have bread, let them eat cake," which showed that she didn't quite understand the plight of the common man. Even Jesus went to great lengths to demonstrate to humanity that he understood their plight and was touched by the feeling of their infirmity, so that when the hymnist waxed poetic, he spoke in what in lyricism are known as apostrophes, where the writer makes the following strong declarations. Oh, the love that drew salvation's plan. Oh, the grace that brought it down to man. Oh, the mighty gulf that God did span. At Calvary, mercy there was great and grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me. There my burdened soul found liberty at Calvary. And John the beloved apostle records the words of Jesus' in that time-honored expression which some call the gospel in a nutshell. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but they shall have everlasting life. If you ever got your head wrapped around the side-by-side idea that while you were snacking on moldy bread and in great distress, sitting in total darkness because your lights had been turned off, you might take the heel of your hand and bop or boing yourself in the head repeatedly to know that your leader was eating caviar. That possibility doesn't excuse the people who live in fear and say, on the outside chance, that if I properly pay my tithes and offerings, it might enable the pastor to buy a double pack of juicy fruit gum. Therefore, I will not be submitting any support. You're going to have to wrestle with and lose to the night angel on that one. But we won't be addressing your issue today because we are here to learn how to identify wolves in sheep's clothing.
Thank you for joining Plain Pep Church for online service. If you enjoyed the word today, don't forget to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hope you have a blessed week, saints. Until next time.